Hello everyone and welcome to Art Smart. This is Kevin Hogan. Today we're going to be doing a book review, and it's this book, Walt Disney's Silly Symphonies. This is a revised and updated version, so as you can see on the cover, so it is not the first edition of this particular book. This one's relatively new. It was released in the latter part of 2016. So this is a relatively new book out there on the market. Now, this particular book is set up, I think, for Disney fans that are really interested in the cartoons and film historians. Let me give you a few examples of why I say that. This particular book gives you a relatively thoughtful introduction into the Silly Symphonies and gives you an idea of how the Silly Symphonies went through and helped the Disney animation department figure out how to do animation better and eventually start making their feature films. There is a pretty strong write-up at the beginning of this book walking you through how the Silly Symphonies were created, and it gives you the occasional solid picture. But the real meat of this book is the second, or I should say maybe the last two-thirds of it, which goes through and gives you each and every Silly Symphony, and it runs through many of the various aspects of the film, such as who the directors were, who the animators were, how much money was spent on that cartoon, where it was first released, what its overall reaction was by the public, and it also gives you a plot synopsis. These are pretty interesting for people that want to know more information about the Silly Symphonies, because these are cartoons that have become relatively forgotten by most of the public. We still think of Donald, Goofy, and Mickey and characters like that when it comes to Disney, but a lot of these Silly Symphonies, now that they are no longer shown on TV a lot, are not quite as popular. So I think it's interesting to be able to go back and have information about these relatively forgotten shorts. Now, the one downside to this particular book is it really is for the hardcore Disney fan or the person that is more of a historian. When it comes to the actual films themselves, it doesn't really give you a whole lot of reason to say, hey, you should go check out this film. It doesn't really sell the cartoons to you the way that certain Disney books on the market do now. I don't think that's a huge problem, because a lot of Disney books are more for fans and less for actual people that are trying to learn information and be academic about the Disney films. So I think this is a good book, and it's one that's definitely worth putting in your library. However, like I said, if you are not a huge Disney fan and you are just looking to, find a little bit more information about the Silly Symphonies, this might be a little bit too much for you, and it may not be a very exciting read. It's not going to bring new fans in, it's just going to edify the fans that are already there. So it's definitely a book worth picking up if you are an animation fan. If you are giving this to somebody that's kind of a more casual fan, though, I would skip it. Definitely check this out, though, at your local library. This book could cost you, I don't know, how much is this? $40. Or you can look at it here for free. Definitely check out your local library, everybody, and make sure you continue to Art Smart. Bye-bye.